Okay, I'm going to show you guys how to record some game footage. So here we go. First, you'll want to go to the nVidia GeForce Experience panel and click Shadowplay over here. You'll see this toggle button on and off. You'll want to turn it on. Go to Settings, which is right here, little gear. The most important thing right here in this Overlays tab is this button. It says Allow Desktop Capture. You want that checked. That way you'll be able to record, when you move around folders or browse or whatever you're doing. It's going to record everything, not just the gameplay. In my case, for this World of Warcraft, I'm running in windowed full screen mode, which means in order for me to record, I have to have that button checked. So because it's treating it's treating WoW like it's desktop capture. Next, microphone. I have mine on push to talk, and I have it bound. The activate push to talk button is bound to the same key that I use for Ventrilo and TeamSpeak. That way, when I speak while I'm playing the game, my voice will be recorded. Next, I have my location saved where I want it. If you need to change that location to something else, go ahead. If you're doing a high resolution recording, I suggest using an SSD rather than a spinning hard drive. Okay, next, let's go back to Shadowplay. Mode, I recommend leaving it on Shadow and Manual. That way, if you want to start a recording manually, you press Alt F9 to start, and Alt F9 again when you're finished. If you're playing a game, especially something like Counterstrike, and you don't want to have to manually start and stop the recording, the shadow time, say I have mine set at 10 minutes. With shadow time, if something interesting happens that you want to record, you just hit Alt F10, and it's going to go back in time and save everything that happened in the last 10 minutes. You can alter this duration. You can make it go less than 10 minutes, more than 10 minutes, whatever you want. Quality, I have mine set at 4K because my desktop is 4K and my gaming is at 4K. If you want to change it to 1080 or 720, whatever you want, you can change it in quality. You can also select the frames per second and the bit rate. So mine's recording at 2160p, 4K, 60 FPS, and 60 megabits per second. For audio, I have mine set for endgame and microphone. Again, that's so that I can record all the sounds that are happening in game, and then anytime that I push to talk in a TeamSpeak, it's going to record my voice also. Another thing you want to be aware of when recording with Shadowplay, the Shadowplay is going to record whatever sound is coming out of your computer's default sound device. So let's check that out. If we go to right here in the bottom, in the sys tray, if I right click the sound and go to playback devices, it's going to show, this is Windows 10 by the way, it's going to show what is my default device. Right now it's set up for my normal computer speakers, okay, and that's got to match what's happening in your game. So let's check the system sound preferences in WoW. Right now mine are set to system default. So since this is system default and my normal output on Windows is system default, that's going to allow Shadowplay to record game sounds. If those are different, like for instance if I had this set to my headset, okay, then it's not going to record my game sounds because Windows is not set for my headset as my default sound. So if you do want to record what's coming through your headset, if I change this, I have to go change also, and right here in the playback devices, I have to change this to here, the headset. I have to set that as default. See this button set as default? But that's not what I want to do. I want to make sure that my system default is my normal speakers, and that's going to be matched to the system default here. You're most likely going to have to try a few settings and do some test recording before you actually go ahead and record something, because yeah, it's going to take you a little while to get it running exactly how you want.